Tokyo runway collision leaves 5 dead, aircraft ablaze. Taiwan spots Chinese balloons over island as pole nears. Hamas says Israel kills senior official in Beirut attack. Thailand and China agree on visa-free travel to boost tourism. Harvard's President Claudine to resign after controversy. Hong Kong hotel Heir bets billions on Middle East expansion.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Thursday, January 4th, and here are your top stories. 5 people were killed when a Japan Airlines plane carrying hundreds of passengers collided with an earthquake relief aircraft and burst into flames on landing at Tokyo's Haneda Airport on Tuesday. All 379 people on JAL Flight 516, including 8 children under the age of 2, were safely evacuated from the passenger plane, according to the airplane. But there were fatalities on the second aircraft, operated by the Japan Coast Guard.
At a press conference Tuesday night, JAL officials said they believed Flight 516 had permission to land, though they weren't yet drawing conclusions. It wasn't clear whether the Coast Guard plane was also given clearance to be on the runway. Instructions were garbled on the ATC recording. After the blaze broke out, the plane was seen at a standstill with people using emergency slides to flee the inferno as firefighters tried to battle the growing flames. More than 100 fire trucks were dispatched in response to the accident. The aircraft is the first A350 hull to be destroyed by an accident.
4 Chinese balloons were detected moving across the median line separating Taiwan from China, with 3 flying directly above the island, as tensions with Beijing flare ahead of the self-ruled democracy's presidential election this month. The Taiwanese Defense Ministry said this is the first time it has reported them crossing the island since reporting a spate of such balloons in the Taiwan Strait starting last month. The potential for China to use balloons for spying became a global issue in February 2023 when the United States shut down what it said was a Chinese surveillance balloon. China said the balloon was a civilian craft that accidentally drifted astray.
Taiwan is on high alert for Chinese activities, both military and political, ahead of January 13 presidential and parliamentary elections. China claims the island as its own territory. On Wednesday, giving its daily update for Chinese military activities over the past 24 hours, the ministry said it had detected 4 balloons flying over the strait, 3 of which flew across the center of the island. The ministry in Taipei said it will closely monitor and check if there are other usages for these balloons besides sounding, and pledged to take appropriate measures. It will collect the patterns of their flying paths for analysis.
Hamas said Tuesday that one of its senior leaders has been killed in an Israeli drone strike attack in the south of the Lebanese capital, Beirut, raising fears of a potential escalation in fighting in the region. Hamas said Israel killed Salah al-Arawi, deputy head of the group's Politburo, who is known as the mastermind behind its armed wing in the West Bank. Lebanon's caretaker premier also blamed Israel and said the attack was meant to drag Lebanon into a new phase of confrontation.
Israel arrested al-Aruri in 1992 and sentenced him for 15 years in prison. He was released in 2007 but detained again for 3 more years before Israel eventually exiled him in 2010. Israel has long accused him of masterminding Hamas militant attacks in the West Bank and Israel and being the liaison between the group and allies Iran and Hezbollah. Hamas has a strong presence in Lebanon and close ties with Hezbollah. Its leaders have met with Hezbollah officials to coordinate on several occasions since the October attack. Aruri becomes the most senior Hamas official to have been killed since the 7th of October attacks.
Thailand and China have agreed on a bilateral deal to waive visa requirements for travelers, a move likely to accelerate the pace of the post-pandemic recovery in the Southeast Asian nation's key tourism industry. Chinese visitors to Thailand will be exempted from visa needs beyond the current temporary scheme ending February 29th. China will also grant Thai tourists the same permanent privilege following several rounds of talks. Chinese were Thailand's largest group of tourists before the pandemic. They accounted for more than a quarter of the 40 million visitors in 2019, but tallied only about 3.5 million out of the 28 million tourists last year.
Thailand has also temporarily waived visa requirements for travelers from Russia, Kazakhstan, India and Taiwan, and it has also been planning to allow a longer stay for tourists from specific countries to induce more spending. The visa waiver for Thais traveling to China will help elevate pride in Thai passports, Prime Minister Sretha Thavisin said. The good news is, from March 1st, no visas are required for travel between Thailand and China. Thailand is currently ranked 64th on the Henley Passport Index, with its citizens having visa-free access to 80 destinations, below top-ranked Singapore's 193.
Claudine is stepping down as president of Harvard University, ending a brief and tumultuous tenure marked by allegations of plagiarism and a campus controversy over anti-Semitism. Gay's resignation is being celebrated as a high-profile victory by conservatives who have objected to her on ideological grounds since shortly after she took the job in July 2023. Although allegations of plagiarism in her doctoral thesis were a factor in her exit from Harvard's top job, her departure is more than just an academic dishonesty scandal.
Gay wrote in a statement, "After consultation with members of the corporation, it has become clear that it is in the best interests of Harvard for me to resign so that our community can navigate this moment of extraordinary challenge with a focus on the institution rather than any individual." Her exit is a dramatic about-face from her acclaimed start in July as Harvard's first black president. Even as recently as December 12, she enjoyed the unanimous backing of Harvard Corp., the university's governing council. Since then, however, new questions have surfaced about her academic work, and a donor revolt over the school's handling of anti-Semitism has only worsened.
Hailing from one of Hong Kong's most influential clans, Min Lo has an ambitious plan for her family's hotel business, venturing into a region relatively untouched by the city's developers with dozens of green hotels. Regal Hotels International Holdings Limited is partnering with the Ministry of Investment of Saudi Arabia to build about 100 hotels around the world worth $5 billion, with an emphasis on the Middle East. It will have about 30 hotels in Saudi Arabia. Lo, vice chairman and managing director at Regal, said in an interview, "The move underscores the growing ties between Hong Kong and the Middle East as the financial hub navigates U.S.-China tensions."
Lo joined Chief Executive John Lee's trip to the region early last year with a group of business executives. With Western investors cutting capital, a lot of Chinese funds as well as companies are going to Saudi to seek investments, so there's a lot of business travel, she said. This provides opportunities for Regal, which plans to build the hotels under the iClub brand targeting entrepreneurs. Regal plans to finish the construction by 2035, without disclosing how much it will invest.
The answer for yesterday was A, settlement. Our objective must be to secure a peace settlement. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of Hong Kong Hotel Heir bets billions on Middle East expansion. Number 1, venture into something, or venture on something, 冒险做. This is the first time the company has ventured into movie production. Number 2, partner, 在跳舞游戏中结成伙伴、搭档、配对. Gary offered to partner me at tennis. Number 3, underscore, 强调着重说明. I want to underscore the importance of this decision. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune in to Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I'll see you next time.